Welcome to AER Int channel and welcome back to comprehensive course. So in this lecture we are going to see about two more kinds of shape, and that is the arcs as well as slots. So if I'm going to tell you about the arc, many people think that this is only the arc, but it's not true. Yes, this is an arc and this is having a special name which is known as semicircle, but arc can be this one also and this one also. So anything that its ranges between 0 to 359.9 degrees is considered to be an arc. But when it's covered at 360 degrees, then it becomes a circle. So make sure that we remember this point. So what will be the arc? So then we have the slot. Slot is nothing but a combination of arc as well as line. We are going to see both the shapes. So for that, I'm going to start my SolidWorks. And okay, so I have previous designs. Let's just delete these things. Now, where do we find the arc? We will find the arc over here in the section, which is the shape section again. Just click on that, and SolidWorks provides us three kinds of arc. The first one is the center point arc. So as the name, so this it will going to ask you for the center point first, and then the starting point and the end point. Click on that, and then it will going to ask you for the center. Click on anywhere and just drag your mouse, and we can see that it will going to create radius just like the circle. But the moment we click on that, it will going to start the arc from that point, and then it will going to ask you for the end point. Let's say that I'm going to end up over here, so we can see that this is also an arc. Similarly, just go for the center point again, select it, and we can see that this is also an arc. And we can even create an arc that will mostly going to look like a circle, like this. So we can see that the very small endpoint opening is over here. And to dimensions the arc, just go for the smart dimension. Just click on the arc and it will going to provide that radius value. The next kind of arc is known as tangent arc. So it will going to create an arc that will going to be tangent. So just create two lines over here, like this. And basically it is a tangent arc, but it will going to ask you for the endpoints. So I'm going to click on this endpoint and this endpoint, and we can see that it will going to create the arc at these two endpoints. So why this is known as tangent arc? That's because if I'm going to complete this as a circle, then these two lines, we can see that they are tangent to this circle. So that's why it is known as tangent arc. And it is dependent upon the movement of our mouse. If I'm going to click and move my mouse outside, we can see that the arc direction is in this direction. But if I'm going to make, let's just say, if I'm going to delete this, and I'm going to create again, if I'm going to move it from the inside, we can see that the arc direction is reverse. Now this arc is the 3 points arc. We can select the next option from this point also, from here also. Or we can even go from here, which is 3 points arc. 3 point arc is one of the most common kind of arc that we use really found in any of the CAD software. So basically here, as the name suggested, it will going to ask you for the 3 points, starting point, circumferential points, as well as the end point. If we have these 3 points, we can just create an arc accordingly. So let's see how to create it. So for that, I'm going to click on the 3 point arc, starting point, and then it will going to ask you for the end point, and accordingly it will going to create an arc. So this is very important kind of arc. We usually really use this. It is most useful basically. And the dimension also, if we can just provide it like this. Let's say that we have 3 points, and we can even create an arc with the 3 point arc, like this point, and this point. We can just create a 3 point arc in between, starting point, end point, and 1 point on the circumference like this. The next is known as the slot. So slot is over here. We can see that it is a special kind of shape that SolidWorks provide to us. Basically, it's nothing but a combination of arc and lines. We can see that over here. So this is what slot look like. So how to create a slot? We just have to click on the slot. There are a list of 4 types of slot basically. Click on this, which is a straight slot. Click on anywhere and that will be taken as the starting point of the line. It is creating a construction line, and accordingly it will going to create a slot. With the help of the smart dimension, we can just dimension it. We have to dimension the center line as well as this arc value. If we are going to dimension these two, we can see that the arc will or the slot will going to be defined. Similarly, if we want to have the center point straight slot, it will going to ask you for the center point instead of the corners or the end points, and accordingly it will going to create the arc, the slot basically, sorry. The 3-point arc slots. So here, instead of the line, it will going to have the arc. Click on that. And we can see that it will going to create a slot according to the arc. And here we have to provide the value of this arc, like this, and the radius of this arc as well. So 2 arcs are involved in creating the shape. The last is again the center point arcs slot. So here it will going to ask you for the center point, and accordingly it will going to create that arc. Starting and end point it will going to ask you then, and accordingly it will going to create the slot, or yes, slot basically. So this is all about the arc and the slot. These are the shapes that is present over here. And that's all for this lecture, and I'm going to catch up you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you like. I hope it can be a little helpful and useful.